Teba Tsukune, shio. Crispy, crunchy skin on the outside. Soft chicken wing meat inside, and in the middle of that is a soft tsukune. Hey Yaki Gang, Yakitori guy here. One of the most requested yakitori tutorial of all time is a tsukune. Tsukune, which is a chicken meatball skewer. When I ask people what their favorite yakitori is, among the top 3 is always the negima, the skin, and the tsukune. And my guess is that because it's a skewer made from ground chicken meat, even if it's a shop that's not specializing in great yakitori, you're gonna have a skewer that's gonna be soft, tender, and flavorful. And depending on how you make it and what you add into the mix, it could be crunchy, it could be fluffy, it could be spicy, it could be floral, all sorts of flavors and textures. It's just a lot of good sensation in one skewer. And I do have a 2-part video on the tsukune, including how to make that egg yolk tsukimi tsukune, so make sure to go back and check those tutorials out. So tsukune skewers are gonna commonly come in 2 different shapes. One is either a log format, or the other is balls, maybe 2 or 3 balls on a skewer. But what if we take that tsukune mixture and stuff it inside another yakitori to make a 3rd shape? And that's what we're gonna be doing today by taking chicken wings and deboning them and stuffing them with the tsukune mix to make these teba tsukune. So here I have some wings. These are the tebatsu from my local butcher. Tebatsu meaning the center wing. Here's where the drumette would be, and here's where the wingtip would be. And we're gonna take my scissors, which I normally use for trimming the yakitori ends, and start snipping away basically at the tendons that are connecting the bone to the wings. So starting from the center one, when you cut through it, you can hear a snip. That is when you know that it's cutting through, separating the bone from the meat. Make sure to go slowly as you don't want to rip the skin along the bone. Trim away, separating the bone from the meat. Here in the center, there's basically the tendons connecting these 2 bones, so just cut that off. Continue to snip away down both the big bone and small bone right here. So this is the big bone, small bone, just using my scissor to go down. At a certain point, you should be able to start twisting the meat off the bone by twisting it around, down. And then when you get to the bottom right here, you should be able to twist that off. Or I'm actually just gonna use my scissors and just cut off the bottom end because I don't want to leave this hard area. I don't wanna leave that on there. And if we flip it over inside out, we should have something like this, deboned wing. So we got 1. I've seen other chefs just cut this off and pull out the bones. I think that's a little bit more advanced technique. So we'll keep it simple here and just cut away. This is a very foolproof method. Getting the meat separated from the bone. See how much of the bones we can pull out. Cut that off. Carefully push it inside out. Inside out. Okay, last one. Getting it all the way down. Cutting off all the hard parts, only leaving the soft stuff behind. Hard bone and cartilage, tendons, we don't need that. And all we want left is the wing without the bones. So here we have it, 6 pieces right here. So for the tsukune mix, this is 1 pound store-bought ground chicken. But in my tsukune video, I do show you how to make your own mix using chicken straps for making a whole chicken yakitori. Check that out. 1 egg, 1 tablespoon miso, chopped up green onions, some black pepper, some salt, and I'll be mixing this up. And make sure to break that chunk of miso that's inside. All right, and then once this is all mixed up, let's put this inside a Ziploc bag. Every last bit. And we'll cut off the end right here. Then let's start with the wing. I'm gonna put 2 skewers inside to keep it open. It's gonna help it from not collapsing. And I'm just gonna pipe it through. You can see it being filled up. Alright, so we have one. Pipe it in. The skewers in. Pipe it in. Stuffed Teba Tsukune. So normally I use these rods to let the yakitori hang, but today I'm using this mesh top. The Teba Tsukune, there's no way that's gonna balance on here, so I'm just gonna let the skewers rest on top of this. So the grill is nice and hot. Put some salt. Let's get these on. Salt the other side. Just gonna sake spray the inside meat. So one thing I want to be careful about is making sure the chicken skin is not stuck. So I'm just gonna roll my skewer through, just help separate it, prevent it from getting sticking on. So far so good, sliding across. So that's good. Let's go ahead and flip these over. Got that nice crispy skin. So the tsukune is kind of leaking out a bit. I'm just gonna leave that, sort of cooks in place. Hopefully it binds together as it cooks. Because these are stuffed, I want to make sure the heat goes inside. So I'm going to be moving them around a little bit more, just rotating them, making sure that especially the heat on the bottom gets in there. Very important right here. It's nice and cooked. So at izakayas in Japan, there is a dish called teba gyoza. Teba are the wings, gyoza is the Japanese pot stickers. And just like the name, basically it's just these deboned wings stuffed with some sort of gyoza filling. And those usually have the wingtips still attached, and that becomes your handle that you eat. But since we don't have those wingtips on here and we skewered it, and since we're straight up filling this with my tsukune, I'm calling this Teba Tsukune, but feel free to call it whatever you want to call it. I'm also aware that in other cultures, such as in Thai cuisine, they do have stuffed chicken wings as well. So the idea of taking chicken wings, deboning it, and stuffing it seems like something that's enjoyed by lots of different cultures. So looking forward to trying out different fillings as well. Trying to get this bottom end cooking without burning the skewers. Skin is looking nice and crispy on top. Just fanning it, getting the binchotan nice and hot. You can get that skin extra golden, extra crispy. Check this out. The dip. Back on the grill. Teba Tsukune with tare. Teba Tsukune shio. Crispy, crunchy skin on the outside, soft chicken wing meat inside, and in the middle of that is a soft tsukune. Good. As with pretty much all kodawari yakitori, meaning attention to detail that craftsman yakitori, this one's gonna definitely take some effort. You have to debone the wings, carefully stuff it, make sure it doesn't explode, and then when you're cooking it, you have to take your time making sure you flip and rotate so the outside gets extra crispy, the inside still gets cooked all the way through. So it does take some effort, but that first bite, through that crispy, crunchy skin, inside is nice and steamy. It's definitely worth it, so I hope you guys give this a try. And it's definitely a fun skewer because basically the chicken skin, the wing, becomes its own wrapper. So anything pot sticker wise or pasta wise, you can fill this up. So I do hope to do a follow-up video with other fillings. If you guys have any suggestions or ideas to what to put in these chicken skin pouches, make sure to put them in those comments and maybe it'll be in the next video. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed today's lesson on the Teba Tsukune. If you liked it, make sure to give a thumbs up, write something good in the comments, and if you haven't done so, hit that subscribe button. And if you really enjoyed this video, you can always donate a chicken and help support this channel, and the link to that is in the descriptions. And if you need to replenish on your yakitori condiments, skewers, charcoal, or get a new honeski knife, check out the Amazon shop, which also supports this channel. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next video. Bye, Yaki Gang.